it's May. I am sure many of you guys are already aware of this, but a huge fashion trend right now is the wearing of turbans. Now, this is something I actually tried to do last summer, but for some reason I always had technical difficulties with wrapping a scarf around my head. It always turned out to be this weird lopsided mess, which was just not cute at all. So I actually have to thank Winter, who's one of the co-owners of the Poor Little Rich Girl Boutique here in Atlanta, Georgia, along with Mia, and it is one of the most fabulous places to find vintage clothing here in the Atlanta area. So if you're here in this area, please go stop by their store. But in any case, Winter showed me how she ties her turbans, and I was just so thankful because I just tried her method today, and I think this looks pretty great. Like, you should have seen my previous attempts. They just were horrible. So I'm going to try to recreate this in front of the camera, and hopefully it turns out the same so you guys can try it at home too. So let's go. So what I'm working with right now is a several-day-old twist out, and the scarf I'm going to be using here is about 5 to 6 feet in length. So I'm going to start by smoothing the hair in the back forward, and this is where I'm going to take my scarf, with it being even on both ends, and just place it over the back of my head. And I want to make sure that this touches the nape of my neck. I want to cover the hair in the back. I don't want the hair to be out back there. So then, taking the two ends, I'm going to pull them forward, making sure they're even on both sides in length. And since I'm wearing my hair out in the front, I'm going to start pulling out the hair that I want as I'm pulling these two ends forward. Now, with the way my scarf is shaped, I want to make sure that this part actually falls in between the pieces as I tie them together. So it's going to be a lot of pulling and tugging, trying to get these pieces to work together. So right now, I just looped that through there, and as I'm pulling this forward, I also want to grab this piece at the top and pull it down, so it's actually going to be in between these two pieces. This is where I wish I had like 3 hands. But in any case, you can see that I'm pulling this middle piece in the front as I'm tying this tight together. So as you can see, it's starting to take shape here, and I just want to make sure that the hair in the front is where I want it to be. See, I have some stuff on this side that I'm just going to tuck in like that. And you can just play around with the shape of the hair. And so I think that's pretty much how I want it. So the hair is basically giving you the shape of the turban. And since my hair was pretty big today, I'm going to have a lot of poofiness. So what I can do is just tuck in any parts just to help get the symmetry of the turban together. And as I am more comfortable with the shape, I just keep pulling tighter my two ends, just mold and shape, patting down. And right now, all I do is just take these two ends and wrap them around the sides like this. And then I just tuck them into the sides that were wrapped around. So let me show that again. So these two ends are coming around, and I'm going to tuck them into the sides so the ends don't show. And find the end. See, this is the loop right here. I'm just going to tuck in so you can't see the ends. Make sure I did that right on the other side. Make sure parts in the back are okay. And again, I'm just going to shape and fluff. And that is the turban. So, I mean, it's not going to look exactly the same every time you do it, depending on what your hair is like that day. But, you know, you can get really creative with it. I just wanted to show you guys how to do one simply because this is the first time that it's actually worked for me, so I'm really excited. I hope this tutorial has helped you guys in creating a turban style for yourself. There's so many different variations you can try when doing the turban look, so definitely check out YouTube and see all the other tutorials out there for creative ways you can wrap and tie and do bows and other things like that. There's so many different ways you can rock this look. So one question I do want to answer is, where do I get my scarves? I get a lot of questions about that, and I pretty much get them everywhere. I scout out good deals wherever I go, so sometimes they'll be from Target, sometimes H&M, Charlotte Russe, and lately I've just been going to the fabric store myself and choosing prints that I like and pulling out my sewing machine and just hemming them up really quickly and just creating a scarf that's for hardly any money. Like, you can get some really cool fabric prints for less than probably like $4 a yard, and it's great. So those are some of the options that you have out there. Just have fun with it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.